This is day 1576 Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. This week's Arukh HaShulchan Yomi is being sponsored by Rabbi Yonasan Ezra ben Chana Feigel for Eschus, for Hatzlacha in Parnasa and Shiduchim, and may Hashem be Memali Mishalus Libo L'Teva. Today we're doing your idea Siman Shin Chav, Siv Chav Beis, the Shin Chav, actually, we're supposed to do Shin Chav, Siv Chav Beis, but we did Chav Beis last night in order to finish the Siman. So today we're doing Shin Chav Aleph, Aleph to Yud. Sounds like a lot. The short sifim. Not so short. Ilchos Petach Hamor. The laws of a firstborn donkey. This halacha is only relevant as man as that to big rabbis and other public personas who decide to do the special, especially in the kind of mitzvah Petach Hamor. Okay. Shin Chavav, Dine Petach Hamor. Ksiv, it says, call Petach Hamor Tivteh B'seh. Any firstborn donkey you should redeem with a lamb or a kid. If you if you don't redeem it, you should wring its neck. It's like chop off its neck. I do want to point out an interesting thing here, though, which is that it's a fascinating case of the Chatchilim B'di'ev in Torah, because there are two different mitzvahs in Torah. One mitzvah is to be paid at Petach Hamor, and the second mitzvah is if you weren't paid it, then varafto. So yeah, this is a question which the Acharonim speak about. I believe Rabbi Yossi Bengel has a siman on it in the Tzimum Torah, whether there is Chatchilim B'di'ev in the Torah itself. So here you have a clear case of Chatchilim B'di'ev. Chatchila is supposed to be paid at, but the Evid didn't do. It's a separate mitzvah, the Evid mitzvah of Arafto. I wonder if any time in the history of Klal Yisrael there's ever a case somebody is actually orei for Petach Hamor. Seems like it's more bother than it's worth, and it's also only b'di'evet. So I think that mitzvah is probably begeder drosh v'kabel schar, like Irni Dachas and Ben Sor More. Okay, excuse me. So, the only animal which has kedusha, even though it's not an edible animal, is a chamor. The reasons for the Torah are the Torah's mitzvahs are hidden from us. That doesn't mean we're not supposed to pursue them. Now, says means that you should go back and forth, even in the chukim, to try and understand them as much as possible. But in any event, why are the firstborn of donkeys unique? It says also help the Jews when the Jews left Egypt. There wasn't any Jew who had less than 90 Libyan donkeys to Mitzrayim bearing the silver and gold of Egypt. It's interesting. Sefer Chinuch gives a different reason, not the reason of the Gemara. He says, "Mishar shemitzvah kadesh yitzku Yehudim l'omer nation also lehem akel b'tzias Mitzrayim shara kol b'chareim shimshul chamorim." He killed, or their firstborn who were likened to donkeys. The pasuk Yechezkel Chav Gimel Beis Asher Besar Chamorim Besorim. Emily, that's a medrash in Bereshis Rabbah Tzadik Vav. So there's a reason given the Gemara and the reason given by the medrash. In any event, the Kadosh Baruch Hu Livdoso, Kadosh Baruch Hu commanded to redeem the donkey to the Mizbech the Mizbech in the right, so super from Mizbech im eno poteo. Therefore, if you don't redeem it, also by no, it's forbidden to have benefit, but also you're not allowed to use it. Therefore, the Torah commanded. Okay, you don't want to do the Chatchila, but the Evet, wonderful. Chop off its neck. Shoti Adar Shita Torah the Kovro. You have to chop it from behind, not as you normally shecht an animal. Shouldn't shecht like a kosher animal cover and you bury it. Bezel Shon Ramam Breshu, you bury it basically Mikurim. Mitzvah say, those Petach Hamor B'Sev, say to redeem the Petach Hamor B'Sevim. Lora Tzliv, those who don't redeem it. Mitzvah say the Orfo, it say to chop off its neck. Seeker of a Ravid. The Ravid complains against the Rav. Mash Asa, a Reifel mitzvah. That which made a Reifel into a mitzvah. Sefer Chinuch also enumerates the same mitzvah. V'adrab a Veirahi. According to Ravid, it's an Aveira. V'nikra Mazik, he's called a tortfeasor. Doesn't use the proper English. Mavsi Monash Kohen, it causes loss in the money of the Kohen. Mizeshon mitzvahs P'dio Kohen, the mitzvahs Arifa. It says the mitzvah P'dio precedes the mitzvah Arifa. Ain't a B'dafka, it's not literal. Vaga B'tia Kama Lashon Mitzvah Barifa, because B'tia is a mitzvah, so I imagine saying Lashon Barifa. Chaydiv Ravid Tmuim, which the words of Ravid seem to be astonishing. So he's so beside Kama B'chayres, and verse back B'chayres says, Kama V'nishub Lashon Zeh. There's several things which are enumerated in that fashion, which all seem to be actual mitzvahs. Mitzvahs B'ria Koydem, Mitzvahs Harifa, Pinion Kazi for Harifa, Mitzvahs Ya'ida, Ba'al Mavriya Koydem, Mitzvahs B'dia, Mitzvah Yud, marrying the Amavriya, takes precedence in Mitzvah of redeeming the Amavriya, Mitzvah even the Mitzvah of doing Yibum on one's deceased brother's wife, Koydem takes preference in Mitzvah Chalitza, and Mitzvah Chalitza, and Shom. Kulu mitzvahs nina, they're all actual mitzvahs. But the Ravid says out of a logic. Why would he for naught cause a loss of an animal, a loss of the coin? Language is something like a assistance for the Ravid. It says if you don't redeem it, then you could chop off its neck. Since you cause a loss to the property of the coin, so your property is lost. It's not mean it's actual avera. So the Torah gives you a choice. Rather, it's not a mitzvah, one of the Tarek mitzvahs. The Rambam learned the language of Mishnah in the simplest fashion. She calls it a mitzvah. The Mishnah calls it a mitzvah. In bracket says, Gimel. Mitzvah zu the Petach Hamor. This mitzvah Petach Hamor loy b'chol makom b'chol zman applies to all places, all times. I forgot the Petach Hamor ksib. V'yivak v'yachal Hashem l'Eretz Yisrael b'chol Petach Hamor. It says v'yikam b'Eretz Yisrael. V'yikam b'chol nevas came and shenuch as the karka, since it's not an obligation has to do with the land. Chol it's a good obligation has to do with the body. No yikam b'chutz Eretz applies also chutz Eretz. Come on, kedushin daf lamed zayin. Zeh mitzvah also. This is a mitzvah. Shkol Yisrael sheish lo chamoira shabircha. And Yisrael has a female donkey which gave birth for the first time. Podei b'set. He made with a lamb, minakvasim v'ksavim from the sheep, maminazim from goats. The bein rechel menei said whether it is a lamb or a kid, it's called a seh. The bein zara bein a keva, and that seh can be male or female. Bein tamba ma'amum, it could be without blemish or with blemish. Bein go kata, it could be an adult or a young one. Ben yomo you chayv doso. Arukh HaShulchan says I think you can even redeem chamor with a newborn seh. Even though 7 days not passed from his birth, and would not be suitable for a korban. To wait 7 days before shechting an animal is only the rabbanic, which custom semen as well. See if you even the donkey itself you can redeem when it's 1 day old. Which is we shall see. But I send us the coin, you give that said to the coin. It's absolute chulin. The donkey itself is absolute chulin. Totally mundane. When you are required to redeem it, the Chazal say that it's less than the mitzvahs min yom shenolad, on the day it's born ad yom lamed. You can redeem any time, and over 11 you haven't violated anything. But after the 3 days, if you haven't redeemed it, over 11 you're violating the mitzvah. Seems that way from the discussion Gemara. According to conclusion here, that you don't violate anything. Okay, let's go. Person don't mention this. So they wrote, "You have to do the mitzvah its proper way. You have to redeem it on the day it's born. Leave those who simply by a chor of human being, the Torah said to wait 30 days. Not by firstborn donkey. You can't ask. Why are we not concerned? Perhaps the chamor is a miscarriage. We explain that most born creatures are considered to be viable. The year idea is idea of chamor and a lot of cholet. So if the donkey which is born is sick, you can wait until after 7 days. You're exempt from redeeming after 7 days because it's not part of the general assumption of animals which are viable. Ches, yeah, sorry, hey, v'yesh stopping. We can ask. In Padol Yom Rishon Leid also. You redeemed it on the first day it was born. That's opinion. The coin gave the opinion to the coin. Umesach Martoshi, the donkey died within the first 7 days. Chayv Achzila said that the coin had to get back to the lamb. Shei Yiglay Milsom Afei came. It was retroactively clarified. The nefel was a miscarriage. Osha coin Yochel Amar, and the coin say the lav nefel, who it's not a nefel. Umesach is here, but died for some other external reason. I can say then perhaps the fact that Torah obligated to redeem immediately should know that after it's born. It's absolute obligation, even if it is a miscarriage. The Mema still needs buyers of Shemok is not clarified anywhere. If the obligation to be placed about Pidyon Petach Hamor is even it won't survive for 7 days, or is the obligation because most animals do survive 7 days. We assume it's going to live for 7 days. It seems, I don't think Arukh HaShulchan had any choice but the Baskel's way, that you can't extract the sef from the Kohen. But if you didn't keep it till Shiva within the 7 days, the animal, the donkey died within 7 days, you don't have to give a sef for her opinion. And then but if it died after 7 days, then you have to redeem it. Just like a bechor of a human being, which dies after 30 days, she's probably seen shinhei. Shchayv livdosa, where we learned that you have to be it. For the behema, that's also by an animal, like a shiva, after 7 days. This time be behema, 7 days by an animal, kalam, almost like 30 days by a human being. Since the brackets can only use daiti. So if you have his bar day and so Tur can, however, you'll see that Tur evidently disagrees. Not today. Next time. Vav, Mirtashem. Vav, Kibul Chazal Misor, the Zeshit Sirchatoy, those Beset, that which the Torah required to redeem with the lamb, Dafka, the Dafka Zelk Shebodeh, will show B'Shabbat, so if you redeem it not for its actual value. Sheb'Shabbat, you redeem for its actual value, Yochiv those who over, you can redeem it in anything. Shabbat Kesef, Kesef. V'loativ Petach Hamor Hektish, Petach Hamor is no different. It's not better, so to speak, than Hektish. Lomar Tasel Hakilav. They can use a says to be lenient. To give something symbolic, even if it's less than value. You add a firstborn donkey, which is worth 10 slime. You can redeem with a cook lamb, which is worth a dinar. And somebody who comes to ask, we say, he shouldn't use the set which is worth less than 3 dinar. That's from the Torah. The Yurav says that, if somebody has a good eye, he uses a set which is with the seller. Ayin raw. If somebody has a bad eye, he's a miserly. B'shekel. He uses the readings for shekel. Beinon is middling eye, average guy. But ragya. Amar ra rava hilchsab ragya. The halacha is a ragya. Bekamo it's a ragya. Slasa zuze 3 zuz. Ragil hacha v'ragil hacha. This is it's. Walk this way, walk that way, or it's custom way. It's in between. Between a shekel and a seller. Meaning positive seller v'yosem shekel. It's less than a seller, more than a shekel. But seller bali malchus comes to ask. If he does it on his own, I feel patruza bardanka, very cheap goat. The value of danko. Meaning a very thin goat, it's only worth a sixth of a dinar. Zayin Varam says the Ram writes as follows: Lo Torah Yesha dosa b'sesh of a dinar can use a set with the value of a dinar. By Medvar when it's shuksha, you made Petach Hamor mishloshes dinamala when the value of the Petach Hamor was 3 zuz or above. Have you done a pachat mishazim if the Petach Hamor itself is worth less than 3 zuz? Ain't playing a set b'set. You only use either a set or shloshim or 3 zuz. Vayafelo yifchos mi sela. If it's Yav, you shouldn't do less than a seller. I rob a chatzi seller. I rob half a seller. Beinonis, an average one. Shlosh zuzim is 3 zuz. Akal shono. Chem shono sif hey near Mishael the Ramam. Here's a chetz gemara. I must have a different version of the gemara. Ches shono chachamim Mishnah. Ain't point lo be'ego can't use a calf lo bechaya nor non-domestic animal lo b'shchuta not if it's slaughter lo b'treifa nor if it's a treifa lo b'klaim nor if it's a mixture of 2 breeds lo b'koi. The famous koi. Shkoma elu enim b'chlaus they're not included in the category of seh. People say shchuta enim b'chlaus even if it's a slaughtered seh, it's not a seh. B'hav gachom b'chom makom gam shchita nikreis Even though everywhere a slaughtered animal has the same name as a live animal. Shiny Ochel is different. The Afina says something Pesach. When it says Exer Shabbat and Pesach, to see where it says if the house is diminished from being able to encompass the full size of a set for the Korban Pesach, and there it talks about changing subscribers. Vania Pesach Roshas Shechita, you can only change subscribers until the time Shechita, not afterwards. We derive from that. We're starting Beites, and actually the actual Gemara is Yuma Mem Test. Pashu, it's obvious that Zesh ain't putting B'chol Elu Ushalokim B'Shavio. It's obvious that would show me redeeming all these things when you're not redeeming it for value. I was B'Shavio, but if you redeem for value, putting B'chol over, you can use anything. Much Kosav, as you said. They got most putting came in the Alfim Akdish. Says also money you can use because it's not from Akdish. Test. Ain't putting the session because you can't use a set which was once a carbon then became possible. See Bukatzvi Kayol. It says to like a deer or a mountain goat. Ben Lamdin said that I don't have a shame set. It doesn't mean it's down. I'm astonished. They can't redeem with a set which is purchased with Shemitah fruit. Shemitah fruit is also to use to do commerce. And redemption of the Petachamor is like commerce. That's only for a definite Petachamor. If it's a doubtful Petachamor, you can redeem it with Perish Shvius. Why? Doesn't say. But nearly, so Arukh says, I think at time this is came as 7 petachamor ain't a nice to sell a coin. Since you don't give the set to a coin for a petachamor, you keep it for yourself. And makva at small, you repeat it for yourself. Lo mechzik mischar cloud. It's not like commerce. Very nice. Yud Odish by Gemara is also the question in the Gemara. Shum. In playing with nidmek, can use an animal which doesn't look like the animal it should be. It's not a mixed breed. Nevertheless, it looks like another breed. Question is bad puzzle. If there's a carbon, it would be puzzle. Kind of a violation there, its question is unresolved. Nevertheless, the Rambam wrote, ain't putting besad doma la'acher. You can't use a set which looks like another species. If you did it, but it works. I've told Pastor David, the Torah rules it's a suffix. I ain't chum. Because the says the time of Ramamu, the large Rambam says Neshu Rak Kedushas Domim, because it's only a sanctity of value. But Peter ain't a Kaddish, and the opinion itself is not holy. Hey, Kilubo, that's a lean. I ain't chum. So Arukh says, wait a minute, loving, I don't understand this. Rambam showed, but the Gemara Nisham Safik and the Rambam resolved a question which Gemara itself left in doubt. Near every time, therefore I say this reason is the Nevadaim lawyer, Moil Cloud Pinion, lawyer, Pesach, the B'diavad party. If it wouldn't work, of course, you would not rule that B'diavad is party. But we know you can redeem for value. It's not like anything else you can use for value. So once you redeem with this set, when we saw the coin, there's nidme, and he gave us the coin. Or maybe we say, the coin now, the Yisrael has to prove that it's not valid. The Shema Yekaimel on the point bow because maybe we can use it like a set, because it's not resolved in the Gemara. But such question, part of that's it says it was redeemed. You don't have to add to the value. Maybe it's, I guess, there's 2 reasons. Maybe it's a set, and even it's not a set, maybe it's the shovi. It's like a best fake faker. Memkua Pascal should put him, but the Rambam Pascal said it was Memkua, an animal which does not require shchita because its mother was shchita while it's in the womb. You can use the Chatchila, but Pascal ain't put him. About to it says you can't use it. It's actually machlekes in the Gemara, and we will stop here for today.